Alright guys, how you doing? My name is Kevin. This is Cooking with Kev. This is my very first video. So what I want to share with you guys today is a dish I cook from time to time for my kids. It's chicken and gravy with rice. It's going to take you about 5 minutes to prep and about an hour to cook. All you need for the dish is boneless, skinless chicken thighs. You need chicken broth. You need a jumbo yellow onion or white. White is sweeter, whatever you prefer. And then a roux of butter and flour. That's all you need. I have here, guys, is some chicken thighs, boneless, skinless. All right, this is what I like to use. I use chicken thighs because it has the most flavor. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bust this open. I'm gonna clean this chicken down, cut the fat off a little bit, and wash it. So what I like to do, guys, is just cut the fat off, cut the skin off, any pieces of skin. Like I said, the boneless, skinless chicken thighs that have the most flavor for me. Please forgive me. I have a really dull knife. I'm gonna clean these up really good, and I'm gonna braise them. What I have here is a braising pan. Shout out to my mom's because she got it for me for Christmas. But I use that to sear the chicken off first, and I'll just cook the whole thing in there. Alright. So this is my braising pan. Cast iron. I prefer cast iron over most anything. I do have some non-stick, but I tend to mess it up with metal spoons all the time, so it's hard for me to keep nice things sometimes. Alright. Ooh, that smells good. Yes. So I drop that in. I'm going to hit it with a little bit of seasoning. On the other side. Boom, 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 boom. A little bit. Alright, I'm going to dice this onion. I love onions. I put them in almost everything. All my stews. For my lima beans, because I love onions. So I'm going to put some onions in my lima beans for sure. Sometimes I do green beans as well. I like the Italian style canned green beans. I throw a little bacon grease, a little bit of onions in there. Give it all the flavor you need. Alright guys, so I'm going to let this cook down a little bit. I'm going to sear it off. I'm going to flip it. And then I'm going to cook it down for about 30 to 45 minutes. Alright, and then we'll talk about how we're going to thicken that up and make that into a gravy. I got this seared off, got the onions cooked down just a little bit. What I'm going to do now is add my chicken broth. You can use any kind of chicken broth you prefer. This is some Winn-Dixie action here. Shout out to Winn-Dixie and their high prices. But anyway, I'm going to add this down to the chicken broth, or to the chicken rather. Yeah. So you want to, I feel about halfway. I prefer gravy on my rice. I can't have rice without gravy. So I like to have enough gravy to saturate my rice with. Okay? So, about halfway, I'm going to turn the heat up. I'm going to bring this to a simmer. And then I'm going to cook it down for about 30 minutes. Again, this dish should take you about 45 minutes. You know, you can cook with rice, mashed potatoes, whatever. I've even used yellow rice before. Yellow rice is tasty as well, but I prefer the more traditional white rice with my country cooking. Can't cook without my whiskey. Okay, let's check this out real quick. All right, it's been cooking down for about 20 minutes right now. You know, chicken does not take very long to cook down as you would with beef or pork, which could take a few hours to cook down to where you want it. As far as the chicken, you know, I say about another 20 minutes. It's going to start separating, pulling apart from itself, and be more tender. So that's what we're looking for before we add the roux. Now we'll get into how to properly make a roux in a little bit. Thank you. All right, so I'm getting ready to make my roux right now. I have a skillet or a saute pan, whatever you want to use. You can use a non-stick pot, whatever. So I'm going to make my thickening agent. Alright, so I have equal parts fat, equal parts flour. So I have a half a stick of butter, and I'm going to use about a half a cup of flour. I got this on medium high. It's going to be a white roux, so it's going to be very quick. It's not going to be very long. I have a half a stick of butter. I'm going to drop that in and melt that down, okay? You can use unsalted, salted, whatever you want to use. You want a little more flavor, use salted this way. So yeah, I like to use high heat. Like I said, I'm going to melt this down real quick. Alright, again, I'm making a white roux. As you can see, my chicken is almost done. It's almost to the tenderness I want. I'm just going to cook that down a little bit further in the roux. Alright, so again, I got to melt this down. I like to use a spatula just so I can clean all that out. That's going to melt down. Once it melts down, I'll add my flour. You could use, you want to use all-purpose flour, not self-rising or cornstarch. Really, with cornstarch, it's a more unnatural fit for what we're trying to do. Cornstarch can be finicky at times. Again, you want to use that for like Asian cuisine. Alright, so as you can see, my butter's melted down. I'm going to add about a half a cup of flour. I don't need no stinking measuring cup because I can feel that. Remember, we're cooking from the soul, from your heart. You should be able to feel that. So get in close on this, please. Alright? So all you got to do is cook this down. It's very easy. See how silky that is? That's going to be a blonde roux, or a white roux. If I wanted to cook this further, I can make it a blonde roux. And even further, it will be a dark roux, depending on how long I leave it on the heat for. So now, I'm going to add that. I'm going to add that to my chicken. That's that chicken broth. Alright, turn the heat off here. I'm going to mix that up a little bit. Just mix it up a little bit. As you can see, the chicken is beginning to fall apart, or even shred if you will. So this roux is going to thicken my broth up into a gravy. And that's what I'm looking for. As you can see, it's getting really thick now. Alright, you can see that pepper. You can see the chicken breaking apart. I got it to a medium low. I'm gonna leave this for about another 10 minutes. I'm gonna let it cook down, and it's gonna be ready to serve over top rice with a little yeast roll and some lima beans. Finished product, guys, after about an hour and 15 minutes. I have my chicken and gravy. Alright, as you can see,
Don't eat the gravy.
the chicken is nice and shredded, tender, separating.
Yeah.
I got a nice thick gravy,
Yup.
flavored just the way I like it. You can
Yep.
flavor it to however you like.
Yep.
Also, I have some lima beans, of course, from the
Yep.
can. I had a little bacon grease, a little bit of diced onions to that to give it a little bit of flavor. And of course, my white rice. I will get into a little bit further on, next time on how to cook that. So, guys, this is ready to be served. It's ready. I have some Hawaiian rolls to go with, if you will.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm going to go ahead and fix my little man
Some platey
a plate right now. Are you ready, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. We're cooking for our family. We're cooking for our friends. We're cooking for the people I love. We love. We put a lot into these dishes, and I put a lot into this. And I love for my friends and family and loved ones to enjoy my meals. So that's what this is all about. I'm sharing with you my cooking style. Thank you